Hello everybody, good evening. Welcome to part 5 of Mindful Mondays. So it's the 5th one we've been doing together now. And this week we're going to be looking at Sitali Pranayam. So Sitali Pranayam is a breathing technique that helps to cool and calm the body, cool and calm the nervous system, cool and calm any feelings of anger, anxiety, agitation, all of those negative feelings that we're hoping to avoid. It helps to cool all of those down. So this evening we're going to look at obviously why we have these, or what happens that means these things go up, why this breathing exercise works, how it works, and obviously we're going to look at how to do it, and we're just going to discuss any possible cautions, and then we're going to practice it together. We're just going to practice for 3 minutes together this evening, and then obviously you can continue doing that if it's something that you enjoy. This will also be uploaded to Instagram TV and my YouTube channel, so that you can come back and you can do the breathing exercise as many times as you like. So as I said, the breathing we're going to be doing today is Sitali Pranayam. It's cooling, it's energizing, it's not cooling, it's cooling and calming, cooling and calming for the nervous system. So often we hear the expression hot and bothered. When we get angry, when we get agitated, when we get stressed or flustered, we will notice our body temperature start to rise. With that, we have our blood pressure increases, our breathing rate increases. You may start to sweat more. This is because when we are experiencing that more negative emotion, our nervous system kicks in. So I did do a video on a quick guide to what we mean by the nervous system I think it was week 3. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. So our sympathetic nervous system, which basically is our fight or flight response, that kicks in. And then what that does is it's anticipating the need for a reaction. So it's sending blood to the surface layer of the body, specifically your muscles. So, you are going to have an increased blood pressure, increased heart rate, and an increased body temperature. So that is a physical response to the mental stimulus of anger or agitation. What we are looking to do is, like I say, this is a subconscious response. This is how the body is automatically, you're not telling your body that it has to heat up. You're not telling your heart that it has to increase the speed at which it beats. It does it in response to what's going on in your mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to control our mind, and we're also going to have stimulations in the way we react to our body that is actually going to help to reverse the negative aspect of what the sympathetic nervous system is doing, and it's going to be enhancing the parasympathetic nervous system, which is how we heal and recover from those feelings of stress. So by taking longer deep breaths, we are encouraging the parasympathetic nervous system, and we're consciously counteracting that shortening of breath from the sympathetic nervous system. And then the type of breathing that we're going to be doing, like I say, it's a cooling breath. So it's going to cool the body down so that we can actually start to regulate against the temperature increase. And then if we're forcing our temperature down, again, we're forcing that fight or flight response out of feeling the need to work, basically. I was telling it it's not needed. Look, this is a safe situation. You're not needed. You can go into retreat. So let's start. So to do the breathing technique, we're going to roll the edges of our tongue inwards, almost creating a straw with our tongue, and then we're going to inhale through the straw that is our tongue. And this is the secret to why this is a cooling breath, because obviously your tongue holds moisture, and as you breathe in, that air is going to interact with that moisture, and the more watery air is cooler. You will feel it on your tongue. You'll feel your tongue getting a lot cooler as we do it. So if you can imagine, the air that we're breathing in is cooler, it's going into our lungs, and then obviously what goes into our lungs goes into our bloodstream, and therefore we're circulating, in theory, cooler blood around the body. So some of the benefits of this breathing exercise, I've already said, it can reduce anger, anxiety, agitation. By cooling ourselves down, we are removing any propensity towards becoming more easily stressed, more easily angered, more easily frustrated. And obviously if we're already in those states, it's providing a path back to being more calm, balanced and restored. It can also improve our focus. It improves a love of solitude. A lot of us don't like the idea of being alone, but apparently this breath can increase that love of spending time by yourself. And it can also reduce fatigue, bad breath, fevers, and like I say, it can also help counteract high blood pressure. There is a caution. Obviously, the time of year to be doing a cooling breath, the air is naturally cooler anyway. So if you are going to be doing this one, it is best done in the summer, but if you are going to do it in the winter, if you are going to do it with me this evening, then if you can have a slightly warmer environment so that you're not putting really cold air into your lungs, because obviously that can cause coughing and other things that we don't really want. So I think that's everything. So like I say, we're going to start with 3 minutes, and then we're going to work, you can work up to doing it for up to 11 minutes. Just quickly, in Kundalini Yoga, this breath is also used as a detoxifying breath. So you may notice some bitterness as a flavour on the tongue. That's completely normal. And just notice it, don't judge it, and continue to breathe. So let's take a second to get comfy. Just make sure you've got a nice long spine. Imagine being drawn up from the crown of the head, closing the eyes. And I'm just going to let our breath be normal for a moment. Deep breaths in and out of the nose. 2 more of these. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. So now we're going to make the straw with our tongue by curling it along the length so that the 2 sides almost come together and touch on the top of the tongue, creating that straw. We're going to take a deep breath in together through the straw of the tongue, bringing the tongue into the mouth, closing the mouth, exhaling gently through the nose, sticking the tongue back out, taking a deep breath, bringing the tongue back in and exhaling gently through the nose. Again, through the tongue, closing the mouth, exhaling through the nose. You may want to increase the length of the inhale by suspending the breath before you exhale. Keep breathing nice and deeply. Exhaling through the nose. We've already done 1 minute. We're going to do 2 more minutes of this. Exhaling through the nose. You may have noticed that your tongue feels considerably cooler. You may find your mind starts to wander. It's completely normal. Just come back to focusing on the sensation as the breath moves over the tongue and out across the top lip. Halfway there. Keep breathing nice and deeply. Stop talking for the last minute, just to really allow you to become absorbed in the sensation, in the experience. Last one, deep breath in. Suspend the breath this time. Really allow time for that cool air to be absorbed. And then gently exhaling through the nose. And then before we go anywhere, we're just going to take a few moments just to sit in the stillness. Really just feeling that cooling, that calming. Ready. Gently blinking the eyes, opening. And there we go. So 3 minutes of Sitali Pranayam, 3 minutes of a cooling breath for anger, agitation and anxiety. Hopefully you find that helpful. Hopefully that's something that could go into your toolkit. Obviously breathing through the tongue in that position is a little trickier to do in public than some of the other ones we've looked at, but it's a great one to do at home, and it's a great one to incorporate regularly. Just is kind of like a long-term benefit, and obviously it's also a great one to do when the weather is a little warmer, just to help give us a slightly longer fuse in our day when the heat might make us a bit ratty or irritable. Okay, so hopefully that helps. I'll post a reel on it later in the week. I'll also be posting this video to Instagram TV and to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed or follow my YouTube channel or my Instagram, please do so, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.